Hello, my beloved. Beloved, beloved, beloved. We are love. We have really, truly love and light. But still using that body. It seems to be as if we are the opposite. That we live in limitations. And we look through the eyes of the body and believe to see something which is not really there. All we made up in that very world is not true, is not there, has no source in God, but just in the insane idea of separation. But I tell you, beloved, because we made it up, we are somehow addicted to it. It's our baby. And to understand that this was only and only false and is only making up suffering, disease and death, we do not want to believe. We are very stubborn. But as long as we are stubborn, we are linked to the ego. And the ego is telling us, yes, there will come a golden age, etc. No. Not with separation. Never, never can there be a world of harmony with separated forms, away from truth. Not possible. But we have to be aware that this addiction to suffering is very strong. We are used to imprison us in bodies. We are used to see the others as others. There are no others. You are the whole. You are the whole, and I am the whole. And out of fear we splitted us in billions and billions of egos, forms, to hide us from God and His love and life and truth. And that is, fear is only fear of God, fear of the truth. And it might be very heavy to go through those clouds. But in truth, they are not even there. We see something what is not there. We hear something what is not there. Smell, eat. No. We are not a body. We are beyond forms the most beautiful being. That holy one self. And that Holy One Self is giving us everything. Everything that we want. And that we are for eternity. Where? Only in the Father. So we got to make that jump. We start. Miracles are seen in light, and light and strength are one. Lesson 92. Miracles are seen in light. Yes, and light and strength are one. We are light. You are the light of the world, beyond forms. We are not imprisoned in a body. God doesn't create bodies, humans. It's not true. It's not His creation. What they say in the churches here, again and again, the creator of heaven and earth, not true. God has not created the opposite of what He is. No. Miracles are seen in light, and light and strength are one. The idea for today is an extension of the previous one. You do not think of light in terms of strength, and darkness in terms of weakness. That is because your idea of what seeing means is tied up with the body and its eyes and brain. Yes. No. Thus you believe that you can change what you see by putting little bits of glass before your eyes, as I do here. This is among the many magical beliefs that come from the conviction you are a body, and the body's eyes can see. I'm not a body. I am the Holy One, the Holy Self. And I do not see through the eyes, but with the heart. You also believe the body's brain can think. This is a big misunderstanding. If you but understood the nature of thought, you could laugh at this insane idea. God is the mind in which I think. It is as if you thought you held the match that lights the sun and gives it all its warmth, or what you held the world, or that you held the world within your hand, securely and bound, until you let it go. Yet this is no more foolish than to believe the body's eyes can see, the brain can think. So this is a big correction. I do not see through the physical eyes, and I do not think. In the brain, God thinks, and God has no brain. God is light and love. I think with the mind of God. Yes, it is God's strength in you that is a light in which you see. So when God's strength in me is a light in which I see, I am the unlimited one. As it is His mind which with you think. So I think with God's mind. I share the thoughts with God. So I shouldn't misuse the powerful mind God gave me. I think with God's mind. His strength denies your weakness. It is your weakness that sees through the body's eyes. Yeah. Peering around in darkness to behold the likenesses of itself, the small, the weak, the sickly, the dying, those in need, the helpless, afraid, the sad, the poor, the starving, and the joyless. Terrible. So all what I see is suffering. The Christ put into forms, split it into billions of egos, who tried to survive with a body in a form. This is such a chaos. This is hell. These are seen through the eyes that cannot see and cannot bless. So with the body's eyes, I cannot see what is there. The beauty of God's creation I can only see with the heart, with the spiritual eye. Strength overlooks these things by seeing fast appearances. It keeps its steady gaze upon the light that lies beyond them. It unites with light of which it is a part. It sees itself. It brings the light in which yourself appears, with capital letters. In darkness you perceive a self that is not there, the little self in bondage of the body. The strength is the truth about you. Weakness is an idol falsely worshipped and adored, that strength may be dispelled, and darkness rule where God appointed that there should be light. For God is light and love. He extended to be at you. We are sharing one identity. And the understanding, false understanding, we are forms, bodies. Let us see the world of separation and darkness, and with this we make up all suffering, all sufferings. No, let us see what is really there through the eyes of Christ. Weakness which looks in darkness cannot see the purpose in forgiveness and in love. It sees all others different from itself, yes, and nothing in the world that it would share. It judges and condemns, but does not love. In darkness it remains to hide itself, and dreams that it is strong and conquering a victor over limitations that but grow in darkness to enormous size. Terrible. So then we blow at us up. I am the strong one, I am the powerful one, with weapons, with money, with demonstration of some talents, etc. No. Only in oneness and only in a shared identity we feel joy and peace and are satisfied, fulfilled, not else. It fears and it attacks and hates itself. Yes. So everyone who believes to be a separate human being is in hate and projects as outside. And darkness covers everything it sees, leaving its dream as fearful as itself. Yes, no miracles are here, but only hate. Yes. Just imagine, just be clear, recognize this. Humans only hate, even they call it love. It separates itself from what it sees, while light and strength perceive themselves as one. Light and strength perceive themselves as one. I'm light, I'm the power of God, I'm beyond form, and I see in you myself. I made up your figure, it's not real, but when I see in you, beyond the figure, the Holy Son of God and God, joined with God, then I recognize myself. Yes. It fears and it attacks and hates itself, and darkness covers everything it sees, leaving its dreams as fearful as itself. No miracles are here, but only hate. It separates itself from what it sees, while light and strength perceive themselves as one. This we read already, but a good repetition. The light of strength is not the light you see. It does not change and flicker and go out. No. It does not shift from night to day and back to darkness till the morning comes again. No. Light is one. Light is the whole. The light of strength is constant, sure as love, forever glad to give itself away, because it cannot give but to itself. I am the whole, so I give myself to myself. No one can ask in vain to share its sight, and no one enters its abode. No one who enters its abode can leave without a miracle before his eyes, and strength and light abiding in his heart. So when I merge with the brother who is the whole, then I'm getting a miracle. Everyone is my Redeemer when I perceive right. The strength in you will offer you the light and guide your seeing, so you do not dwell on idle shadows that the body's eye provide for self-deception. Strength and light unite in you, and where they meet, yourself with capital letters stands ready to embrace you as its own. Such is a meeting place we try today to find and rest in, for the peace of God is where yourself, capital letters, his Son, is waiting now to meet itself again and be as one. So I am the Holy Son of God. I am that self, the Holy Self we all share. And that's still in my mind. So I'm asking for the truth. Let us give 20 minutes twice today to join this meeting. Let yourself be brought unto yourself, capital letters, true self. Its strength will be the light in which the gift of sight is given you. So I see then with the Holy Self I am. And the Holy Self sees the Holy Self in you. In oneness. And that is leaving all the darkness behind and receiving the benefit of peace and joy in oneness and love. Leave then the dark a little bit today, and we will practice seeing in the light, closing the body's eyes and asking truth to show us how to find the meeting place of self and self. Self is little letter and self is capital letters. The little self, the ego self, and the real self, where light and strength are one. Yes. Jesus is asking if I have been successful in my exercise. No. It was a chaos. Why? I don't know. I was today preparing myself, and Father talked to me, so Holy Spirit, and it was so beautiful. And I felt so embraced by my Father's love. But when I started this exercise and waited that the strength comes and I invited the truth, I felt more and more imprisoned in the body, and it was, I don't know, it was so difficult. But when I make it clear now, that I'm back home in the Father, that I've never left the Father, then all of a sudden I feel the love. Now. Why doing this video? But I also feel on the other side there is that ego, which is extremely afraid, because it is its end. I can feel now, brother, in this very moment. That God is here. This body is blessing me. And then I meet him, the unlimited one. Yes, I can say I'm the light. I'm the light. Father, you're here. Father, you're with me. God goes with me wherever I go. Is that beautiful? Thank you. Thank you. And now I feel that the Father, through me and through the brother, shows me that I've never left you, and you have never left me. And that we love each other for eternity in Him, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. So doing this video now, this lesson starts to work. Beautiful. Thank you. Morning and evening we will practice us. After the morning meeting, we will use the day in preparation for the time at night. So I hope that in the night it will be better. When we will meet again in trust. Yes, I have to trust. Let us repeat as often as we can the idea for today. and recognize that we are being introduced to sight and led away from darkness to the light where only miracles can be perceived. So the miracles are seen in the light, and light and strength are one. So the miracle sees that everything I made up is just fantasy, is not real. The humans, the animals, the plants, the things. Nothing in this world I want. I go beyond form into the Father, making clear to me I never left the Father. He extended to me. He gave himself to me. He gave me all the treasures. Yes. And while I'm saying this to you, I feel it. I feel to be the unlimited one. I feel to be God, one with the Father. And that God practically is through my mind, which is an unlimited mind. We are all sharing one mind. Being in the awareness of the wholeness, He is blessing. He is blessing every being in the whole universe. And this makes me very happy, very, very happy. Yes, Jesus, finally the exercise was successful. When I see around, what do you see? Well, I still see the lamp and the computer and the orchidea and whatnot, but the awareness is different. I do not care about forms anymore, but I feel the omnipresent love of God. I feel the love and light, practically. And I feel the joy. So I decide against fear and against pain for joy in God, for that eternal holy self. Beautiful. Have a beautiful day. I love you. Yes, we are one. We are one and we love each other. This is beautiful.